Well, hello there. This is Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be a full moon reading for the sign of Gemini, which will occur on Thursday, June 6th. I guess depending on what part of the world you're in. My understanding is it will also be, Mercury will also be in the sign of Gemini, so there's probably going to be some emphasis on communication. Some of the information I was reading about it, there's a chance, I guess, that if you had a miscommunication with somebody in the past or you have some kind of unresolved conflict, this full moon season will give you the opportunity to perhaps revisit that and have a better outcome, hopefully. It's not necessarily about, magical fixes necessarily, but if the lines of communication were kind of, stunted because of the forces that were going on in the universe, the way the stars were aligned and whatnot, it seems like there's more of an open channel now that maybe things can go more your way and more smoothly. So what I've done, Gemini, is I have dealt some cards here. We're just going to kind of take a general look at what's going on for you in June 2024. And also I want to mention there is already an air sign reading out if you want to check that out. That went out just like the first week of June, kind of the last week of May. And there might be some information in there that you would find helpful. But this one right here is going to specifically be for you. I also want to mention that while I was doing this, dealing these cards, I kept hearing career and finance. I don't know if I was supposed to have that in mind when I dealt the cards. I don't usually operate that way. But perhaps this is going to show us more of a focus on your career and finance for June. That's kind of my take on it, because I'm a very intuitive reader. I don't have like a strict procedure that I go through with these things. And I'm gonna turn these cards over in succession, and then I'm gonna ask for some cards of advice. So expect this reading to go on a bit. This is one of my first extended readings I've had in a while, and I'm excited to just get into it. So let's go ahead and get started. You have the 8 of Spades, Black and White Joker, full card, and these three came out together. 9 of Spades, 7 of Clubs, 4 of Diamonds. I already see some emphasis on abundance here, to be honest, and career. And the 8 of Diamonds, Queen of Clubs. I think that came out in your general reading for June. Like I said, go back and check out that that link. Or go into my my channel, you can find it. Oh, I did want to mention this. I always forget to say this, and I'm sorry I have to mention it, but I really do. I really need you to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, I really need the support. I'm trying to build the channel up now that my schedule has changed quite a bit, and I'm going to be able to do more readings for you. So it will be a mutual exchange. Do not worry. Okay, almost dropped some cards there. Okay. But like I said, this 8 of Spades here talks about stressful things going on in the work, in some kind of work situation. If you don't work for somebody else, that's okay. Even if you don't work at all, to be honest. There's some kind of project that maybe you're involved in. This talks about the need for the stress to be relieved. And that could mean walking away or parting ways with somebody involved in that, okay? Because the 8 of Spades does talk a lot about, well, I should say it can talk a lot about having problems with one specific person. Yeah, that person that rubs you the wrong way. You know what I'm talking about, right? So you could have that going on in your work sector that needs to be resolved in June. You also have the Black and White Joker, which I always see these Jokers as things being up in the air, things unsettled. Certainly, if you have walked away from a job, it probably feels that way to you. And with the full energy also wrapped up in this card, Some readers will say it's a new beginning. I also see it as kind of not just knowing what's ahead. To me, it's more of like you're headed in a new direction. Yeah, that's par for the course. But you also just don't know what's ahead, so you're kind of left in this kind of vulnerable state of not knowing what to expect, perhaps. And with things being up in the air, that would actually make a lot of sense. 9 of spades, 7 of clubs, 4 diamonds. I perhaps am talking to the Geminis who have walked away from a work situation, because that 9 of spades speaks about something completed and some kind of loss. The 7 of clubs, interestingly enough, talks about feeling a prisoner, feeling trapped. What did I say about this 8 of spades? Needing to get out of a stressful situation. It's like it's not good for your health in any aspect. This tells me, because it's wrapped up with the 9 of spades, perhaps you have ended that cycle. Not a major cycle. 9's not the major cycle, but it's definitely an ending of some sort. With the 4 diamonds, it talks about a windfall. Now, you could have walked away with some kind of I'm hearing separation package. That doesn't even make sense, especially if you've quit a job. Except that maybe you have some kind of 401k or something, or you had that big last paycheck that came through. And that's about having that little sum of money sitting on your, I hear sitting on your doorstep. Maybe it was a check that was mailed. Nonetheless, with the 4 of diamonds, there is a warning here to save it or avoid spending it unwisely. It's just a small caution. Doesn't mean you can't spend it at all, but certainly use it how you need to use it, right? But these 3 are clearly linked. I hope I made that clear. Feeling trapped in a situation that's ended, that was, yeah, it was painful in some way, it was a loss, but also coming out with this, I'm actually hearing you came out as a winner despite that. And look at this. This is very interesting. Queen of clubs, 8 of diamonds. 8 of diamonds talks about entrepreneurial pursuits. Perhaps that's what you were thinking all along. You were going to just break off from this crap and pick up some kind of entrepreneurial pursuit, maybe with a fire sign. This Queen of clubs, like I said, did show up in your other reading. Although I think that other reading was more about a relationship. I was going to say partnership, but like a relationship. And actually that relationship, I think, was more platonic than you realize. Like it's maybe somebody you were dating, but it turned out they were more of a good friend. So maybe they were also a good business partner for you. See how that works? Anyway, Queen of clubs is somebody that you can count on. They got very strong mentoring aspects. You can use them as a guide in some way. And it's wrapped up with that 8 of diamonds. I feel like it's somebody that you could go to about business advice, to be honest. Or maybe just in general if they're not a business person themselves. Again, fire sign energy. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Before I ask for clarifiers, let's see what else you got going here. So I tend to look at these cards at the top as kind of like giving me the overall picture. These are contributing factors and no more or less important than the overall theme. We have the 8 of clubs, 7 of spades, 2 of hearts, and the 8 of hearts. Look at all these 8s. You got 3 of them. Fantastic. So the first one that come out here is about decisions. It's actually crossroads energy. It's kind of like being stuck at the crossroads, like you haven't made a decision yet. I feel like that's very, very timely here with things being up in the air, not knowing what lies ahead. It's not really a negative sign. It's just you're kind of in decision mode. What do I do next now that I got out of this crap? Maybe it's this that you're still trying to decide. You know, starting up that own business or maybe going into something else completely. 8 of diamonds isn't all about starting businesses. It's just about that independent effort. You know, you taking the initiative in something. So if you're not the business type, that's fine. You don't have to be. But you're definitely in some kind of decision mode. You may be stuck on an idea at the moment that's kind of causing you to be frozen or stuck there. The Seven of Spades is very interesting because it's about things being revealed. Perhaps you've had some epiphanies in June. I do think this also came up in your other reading, Gemini. It's not necessarily about somebody or something being hidden from you intentionally. I'm just picking up a little intuitive energy here, but it could also be like an epiphany. I keep trying to spit that out, but it's about you realizing something. Maybe it was in front of you all along. Just didn't strike you that way, right? It's kind of an internal experience with these sevens. And like I said, over here you have that seven that made you feel trapped in some way. Well, this is about realizing something. Maybe you realized you were trapped. Huh. It's very possible that was the epiphany. Doesn't mean it's coming your way because this isn't the advice section, okay? I think you're already there. Two of Hearts, you were definitely looking for that intimate connection, though, with somebody. I think it was this fire sign over here that came up in that last reading, and it showed up here again. Intimacy, connection, feeling like you have that special someone, harmony and balance with the Two of Hearts. This is all about your emotional needs and wants. I'm hearing emotional needs and wants. Desiring that connection. And here it looks like you are putting forth effort with this Eight of Hearts. This is about going out, socializing, celebrating, having a good time with family and friends, but potential to meet somebody special. So if you had met somebody that turned out not to be the one, you're still putting yourself out there. That's just what it shows me here. Because you still desire this. Makes a lot of sense. It does. Okay. Let's go ahead and ask for more cards before we get into advice. Anything else you can tell me? Well, the Three of Diamonds. There's some decisions to be made around finance, abundance here. I tend to see the threes as being definitely pulled in a couple different directions, maybe even more than a couple. I still get the sense this is about you trying to decide what to do with your next career move. I feel like that's what this Three of Diamonds is speaking of and kind of confirming what I was feeling there. Oh, that's too many. Let's go ahead. Okay. We're just going to fly out with all these sevens. I barely touch the deck and that happens sometimes. Okay, Seven of Diamonds. Again, emphasis on finance. But in this case, you got that avoiding taking crazy financial risks. And I stopped here because this came out with the Seven of Hearts, as you can see. That Seven of Hearts is about being disappointed. I think in the past you might have taken some financial risks that didn't pay off. Yeah, again, and these are internal experiences, but they're connected to the outside world and what goes on in the outside world. So I feel like you got burned somewhere. You took some risks, you took some gambles, and it disappointed you and let you down. I feel like that's why you're probably, actually stuck here with decisions. Maybe feeling a little immobile at the moment. Because with Three of Diamonds, you're definitely trying to make decisions around money, abundance, pentacles, income, fill in the blank. This is definitely kind of focusing on career and finance, by the way. So it is kind of coming to fruition there. These popped out together. Again, we got the Seven of Hearts. Yeah. Again, this disappointment, but this is wrapped up with a air sign. Well, you are the air sign, perhaps. Let me just feel this out for a second. If it's not you, Gemini, there's also a possibility of an Aquarian or a Libra. No, I think this is you. I think actually in Libra's reading, this actually came out. Again, with that air sign reading. they had made a mistake of some sort and they were disappointed in themselves. I feel like that's what it's saying. I'm getting the same message with you. It may not be right now, but I think it's still affecting you in the present. It might have happened in the past, right? The Queen of Spades energy is that hermit energy, somebody who kind of keeps to themselves. So I don't think you're talking a lot about it. You're not like vocalizing and telling people how you're afraid to make this next move. Again, internal experience with Seven of Hearts. But again, disappointment and kind of some ouch. It's not devastating, but it's an ouch feeling. It's like, yeah, you don't want to get hurt again. However that hurt you. And I think it was, this is speaking financially. Unless you were involved with an air sign, it's possible that disappointed you. Maybe a business partner, for example. But since you are an air sign and this is feeling actually more towards your internal experience of being in the hermit mode, I feel like it's speaking about you. But take it how it fits your situation. Colorized Joker, things being up in the air again. This is also the Magician card. I think there's some things working out for you, Gemini. I tend to see Magician energy as divine intervention or divine guidance. In some cases, I feel like it's the person or the sign I'm reading for, they're working their magic, etc. But I feel like, because that was the impression I got, yeah, things are very much in flux. We have it here as well. You don't know what's going to happen. But you got some things, I'm going to say, materializing in the ether. That's not a group of words I use too often. But there you go. Again, that divine intervention. Someone or some force working on your behalf to make some things come to reality. I'm hearing things come to reality, some dream. I don't want to sound too corny, but not like your dreams all coming true, but something you really got your heart set on, or something you really want to do. And maybe you don't know exactly how to make it happen. Well, you got some help here. Okay. I feel like I got a pretty clear picture. I am going to go ahead and move into advice. I didn't expect to do this so early, but I have to follow my gut instinct here. So we're looking at a Gemini who's left the career path, whatever form that took, behind. Things are very much in the air and you're in decision modes, especially around finance, but I think just in general. What was this down here? Oh, yes. You've come to some kind of realization. Now, I suspect it's around the career move or what you want to do next. Not sure, but it's some kind of epiphany that you've recently come across. You may be talking to a fire sign or somebody who potentially can guide you in the right direction, but could be potentially a business partner. And whatever was in the past had you feeling trapped, and you had to get out of that. But you did come out okay, it looks like, financially. All right. With that said, please offer Gemini some cards of advice for June 2024. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, I'll take them all. We got the Jack of Diamonds. Actually, this Five of Spades I was trying to get first. So we got the two Jacks. The Five of Spades came out first. We got the two Jacks. One more, please, before I speak. Okay, perfect. 10 of Clubs. Five of Spades talks about change happening or change needing to happen, about being, what did I say, being stuck in some place. So your advice is to get unstuck. Gonna be any more like straightforward and blunt, but there you go. Yeah, you're in this stuck energy. I talked about that, right? You're just trying to make up your mind. It's over here too with the Three of Diamonds. I'm not going to pull it out. But yeah, this is about stagnancy. and the need for change, I think it's all centered around this. I don't think we need to like think it's about another thing that's going on in your life. But there's definitely some fresh energy here with the Jack of Diamonds and the Jack of Clubs. Now again, well, I'll just talk about the signs first. We got the Jack of Clubs, which is fire sign energy. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And the Jack of Diamonds is earth energy. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. I got it out. But I don't think this is talking about people. I think this is talking about newness and freshness for you. Okay? Jack of Diamonds is I see somebody being in a new financial situation. Bingo. Yes, that fits you to the T, right? That's exactly what's going on with you. You're in a new financial situation, a new financial territory. You have options ahead of you. You don't know quite what to do about it, though. With the Jack of Clubs, it's an interesting combination. Being in a fresh, new financial situation, the Jack of Clubs talks about friendship. Somebody you can rely upon. Again, kind of that mentoring figure. Somebody who can help guide you down the path. But this isn't in an exalted position like the Queen over here. The Jack is more on your level. I don't know if... I'm reading it a couple different ways. There could be a friend, again, that you can rely upon to help you, not help you, but be on this journey with you in this new financial situation. Or this could be about you being a friend to yourself. Maybe giving yourself a break. Not being so hard on yourself, expecting things of yourself that are too much for you right now. I'm not going to say you can't handle them. Would never say that to anybody, but we tend to be hard on ourselves. That's human nature, especially people who are in business, who are ambitious that way. And I also see that as kind of having a new approach towards business in general, and how do I want to say that? How you handle your attitude towards yourself. Like, to me, this is kind of like not letting go of expectations, but being more reasonable, being more gentle. Does that make sense? Because that is wrapped up with the new financial goings on you have here, Gemini. Okay. And this I'm excited about because this does wrap up some kind of cycle for you. You're moving on from this. This is the movement card. I'll give you the generic definition of this. This is about movement always for a good reason. Sometimes it could literally mean physically moving around, going on vacation, for example. I don't think it's about that. I mean, maybe you do need to take a vacation. Maybe that'll help you get unstuck. Maybe that'll instigate the change here. I see it as movement. Get going. Kind of a kick in the butt. But a very positive little bump. It's not, you're not getting kicked in the butt to get smashed and harmed in any way. It's about getting you moving with a very, very positive energy behind it. And this will wrap up, again, some kind of major cycle for you, which I think is very important for you right now in June 2024. So I see this full moon so far being very positive for you, especially in career and finance. But I'm going to pull at least one more card of advice and being tugged in that direction. Alright, they flipped over together. There we go. 6 of Diamonds, 3 of Spades. Yeah, you're stressed out about opportunities here. 3 of Diamonds, 3 of Spades talks about stress and worry, but the 6 of Diamonds is very nice. This is new income opportunities, I'm hearing new streams. Has to be streams of income, right? I see the 6s as those branches branching off, in unseen ways, and things like, I don't want to say coming out of thin air, but just like opportunities coming out of places you weren't expecting. In the advice, though, with the stress and worry, I just think it's kind of tainted by your internal experience. Again, maybe perhaps being hard on yourself. The stress and worry, I think, is you're worried about the opportunities coming your way. I think it's just like a confirmation. If that's how you internally feel, it's right here in my hand, that I'm hearing that you're unnecessarily, there, that makes more sense, unnecessarily stressed and worried about the opportunities. You see what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I'm going to ask for another card, though, but I don't think you have anything to worry about. Does Gemini have anything to worry about in that sense? Please tell us. We are eager for your wisdom and your light and your guidance. Does Gemini have anything to worry about these opportunities? I'm pretty certain you don't, but I'm going to ask for that card to come out. Okay, there it is. All right. Follow your heart. Actually, these I didn't see the Four of Spades. I saw that ace, and I was like, oh yeah, it just told me. You're on a new beginning. It's very important that you follow your heart in this matter. What you truly desire, I should say. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. And with the Four of Spades, you have that stress relief around the home life. So you are in a very comfy place with this on this new beginning, Gemini. You don't need to stress about this. These are gonna come down the pipe for you. These Six of Diamonds opportunities. But this was my clarification. You're on a new start. Focus on what you truly want to do. And don't worry about the home. The fours are that literal the literal meaning behind the fours in these cartomancy readings is, like I see it as the four pillars holding up the foundation. And your foundation is your lifestyle, how you take care of yourself, the roof over your head, right? I hope that makes sense to you. I don't feel like I should keep going. I think you have a lot of mixed feelings about what's going on, with the indecision, the stress and worry here. And you're in a new financial situation. And that doesn't make anybody feel easy, necessarily, but I wouldn't see it as a negative. You got out of this crap. How many times have I said that? Whatever this was. And it was all wrapped up here with having to get out, but you made it out by the skin of your teeth, as they say. That's a phrase that we throw around sometimes. I don't think too many people use it anymore, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Again, if you enjoyed the reading, which I hope you did, I think it's fantastic. I think you're going to have a fantastic June. A little emotional, there's a lot going on for you. Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. Financially, this is all going to work out for you. Please leave me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to the next reading with you. And take care until I do.